Thursday, May 30th, 2013. I'm Rim.
I'm Scott.
And this is Fart Nights. Tonight we're talking about farts.
Terrific.
Farting.
Your mom.
Why Jake is in Finn's pocket.
Hey, bro.
Let's do this. So a little while ago, we were talking about how small talk's kind of dumb and boring, and we realized that we had actually just engaged in small talk about the weather.
We talk
pretty
about
much
the weather
immediately.
a lot.
Our conversation was, hey, warm today.
That's sort of what we do.
I don't think you guys realize that in real life, we say warm today pretty much every time we meet each other.
If it was warm.
If it's warm.
Today
or
was...
ironically, I think I say it equally often when it's woman out. If it's woman, I might say woman, I might say warm today. If I say warm today or woman, I pretty much just mean that the temperature is above or below 70 degrees.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, today, I don't know if it was the heat or what it was, but I was, around my work by, downtown by City Hall, and I saw a man. The man was fat. Like, in New York, there aren't that many people who aren't tourists in tourist places who are, like, fat, like, notably fat.
It's like freaking Fat Albert fat.
Yeah, like, this guy was Fat Albert fat. He obviously had a custom suit on. I'm not ragging on fat people. It's not what I'm doing here. The guy was wheeling behind him a briefcase on a stick. And
wait, not like a wheelie bag.
It wasn't like a full bag. You know my messenger bag?
It was like an attaché case.
It was a quarter the size of my messenger bag. In fact, I think attaché case is what I would call it. There is no way that thing weighed more than his hand.
But maybe he couldn't get his hand in the handle because he was so fat.
That is a possibility, but the fact that the fattest man I've seen in person in a long time was wheeling behind him a briefcase so small that it was almost comical. He looked like the kind of thing you see in one of those comedy sketches where they put something ridiculous on the street and see how people react to it.
Maybe
like, I actually stopped and was like, whoa, dude, really?
Maybe that's what it was.
In my brain, I didn't say that to him. I was like, whoa, dude, can't pick that up? Can't just carry that? It only weighs like maybe a quarter of a pound. I mean, I've eaten hamburgers.
He might lose some weight if he carried.
I've eaten hamburgers that probably weigh more. The handle probably weighs more than your briefcase, dude. Also, you can't fit on the subway.
Anyway, yeah,
I didn't take a picture because while it was hilarious, I would have felt a little bit awkward standing behind a guy like that, obviously taking a picture of him.
Nah.
But if I had Google Glass, video would have already been up and it would have been my thing of the day.
So I'm on Amazon right now buying some water bottles and some bike water bottle cages because I lost another water bottle.
Wait, so did you lose your water bottle cage too?
No, but the cage clearly is not good because
what water bottle cage do you have?
The same metal-y one I've had forever.
You got to get a better one than that.
I guess so.
Was it the one? Did it come with your bike or did you buy it?
I bought it.
Oh,
I bought like the cheapest one a long time ago.
Bought the cheapest one.
I'm getting this new one that's the highest rated one on Amazon.
That's
in fact, I'm getting 2 of them.
Why 2?
So I can have 2 water bottles.
Why do you need 2? If you're doing that, just go Camelback.
I have a Camelback also.
You need 2 water bottles and a Camelback?
I can go real far.
I guess you could.
Anyway. And if it's not a Camelback trip, like a trip to work, I can have extra water.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so back to in Boston.
It was like I'm freaking biking down the road, right? And it's like bump, and you're like... And it sort of sounded like... I was like, oh, shit. And I stopped, and I checked my tire out, and it was just fine. And I'm like, oh, what happened there? And it sort of sounded like maybe I ran over a soda bottle and dragged it or something, like a flat one.
Well, you did run over a bottle, apparently.
Well, apparently, no. That was just the sound of my water bottle scraping on the road. And I actually went back for it. And, of course, yeah, it was run over by a car. And it could have been sort of salvaged, except for the fact that, like, the mechanism in the nozzle was also smashed.
And that mechanism is very important. It's why you buy the good water bottle instead of the cheap one.
So, meanwhile, though, right, my cheapo do-nothing water bottle, cheapo cage combination, I've never lost that one. But both times I've bought a fancy insulated water bottle, I've lost them. So... we're going to fix
umbrella
this
situation?
Yeah.
Because I have a policy. I bought another of the fancy umbrella. So to not lose it like I've lost it in the past.
let me add an umbrella to this order.
I got it in a ridiculous pinkish purple color. So I'm hoping that I will never leave it behind anywhere again. And if I leave this one anywhere, then fuck it. I don't deserve to own a nice umbrella. I'm going to buy the $5 umbrella that'll last 5 rainstorms.
Let me buy a, let's see, average customer review. The best umbrella. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, so while you're buying that, I was on Amazon. I bought, gonna step up the production values a little bit of our video. I bought a much better LED light panel than anything we own to date. Fancier apparently makes the shit tier of LED panels, so I'm buying one of those instead of the sub shit tier.
Hey, Financier, like the place that has the pastries?
No, fancier, like fancier.
Okay.
It seems like they just take commodity LED panels, slap some basic electronics on them, and sell them at a markup, but the markup is less than the annoyance of building one myself from scratch.
So in between the time I added the water bottle to my cart and trying to add the umbrella to my cart, Amazon updated their add to cart button area with better graphics.
Oh. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I kind of cheated. I saw this LED panel at Anime Boston. Someone was using it to light up their display in the dealer's room. So I walk over to their table. I get all excited, like, ooh, this guy might buy something. And I go over and I'm like, yeah, this is the light I want to buy. And I just like ask him questions about the light and I check it out. And then I buy it on Amazon. I think they were selling like little sculptures of fairies that I didn't really care about. That's gotta feel bad when you've like got a thing like I'm exhibiting X and someone comes over and is like, man, what'd you print those posters on? Like, what company did you use? So I'm poking around on the internet and I notice, because I'm doing some YouTube stuff, basically continuously filing all of the filings I need to file to get Yamato SRL to lose their claims to every goddamn episode of Geeknights Presents. I win every time, but they dispute me every time, and I have to do the double dispute.
I think they're just doing it automatically.
No, they ping me automatically. I dispute with a copy paste because it's the same dispute every time. So a human being on their side rejects my dispute and maintains the claim. So then I have to go and say, look, fucking sue me or GTFO. And they have yet to actually sue me. So YouTube's like, yeah, whatevs, but I got to keep doing it. And I noticed that one of our videos got linked somewhere. I love how I can see these analytics. But NeoGaf linked again, or maybe the old thread about it came up again, to our old Ballad of Dudebro. And that's how I discovered that our Ballad of Dudebro video seems to be the primary citation for the Know Your Meme page
as opposed to the original Dudebro thread itself.
On Dudebro. It's basically in order our video, which I guess aggregates the story of that thread, the thread itself, and Wikipedia. Those are the 3 sources. So we are like the source on Dudebro.
You want to see one of the most highly
My
rated?
shit is fucked up, so I got to shoot/slice you too. It's straight up dog time.
This is one of the most highly rated umbrellas on Amazon.
I can see why that's a highly rated umbrella.
Do you want it?
I kind of do, but I already have an umbrella. My umbrella is Twilight Sparkle colored, as opposed
to actual literal Twilight Sparkle umbrella.
I really, you know what I want? I want like a rainbow dash cutie mark umbrella that's in the shape of my fancy Sensa umbrella. Because fuck those uniform umbrellas. I want umbrellas that are oblique, that are asymmetrical, because otherwise you're just an asshole with a golf umbrella, or you got an umbrella that's too small. So yeah, that's what I got. NeoGaf rediscovered that we did the research, the minimal research to talk about Dudebro, a meme that seems to disappear and then is perennially remembered by the internet.
That's your news?
Yeah, it's Thursday.
I thought we were going to talk about PAX's hour change.
I was going to talk about that too, but I wondered if you had anything. It's the lounge.
Yes, your mom. Yeah, there isn't really too much news. The only news really going around is PAX, of course, is 4 days, but now we know the hours, and Windows 8.1, I guess, which is
Windows 8.1.
We can save that for Monday. It's up to you.
We should save that for Monday.
Okay, so
because I got a lot to say about it.
Let's talk about the PAX hours. So as people may or may not know, PAX Prime 2013 is going to be 4 days. So it's actually going to be during Labor Day, which means you have to go home Tuesday morning, not Monday morning.
Now, I point out that in the past, we would talk about how the difference between MagFest and PAX was that having that extra day, being a full 4 days, really changes the feel of a convention.
Oh, yeah.
Because normally you have the Friday night where you stay out late.
Yeah, you have an entry day and an exit day, and then the real day in the middle. If you have 4 days, you have 2 real full days in the middle there.
Which means you have 3 stay up late nights. That is the key. But they backed off on the hours. PAX closes at midnight now.
Yeah,
What are we gonna do?
Well,
Our
we
PAX
still have-
modus operandi is walk out of PAX when they kick us the fuck out at 2 a.m.
Well, PAX is still 14 hours longer than it used to be, so we'll either get more sleep or we'll have to find some way to game ourselves without PAX until 2 a.m.
Now, what this might do, which won't be bad, for Prime, I don't do this at East because there's nowhere to do it that makes sense, but at Prime, I will go to people's parties and I'll go hang out like in a hotel bar somewhere with someone at night. I feel like maybe more of that's going to happen, which, you know what, it might have the side effect that I'm thinking about just now. You know how when we're in PAX in the tabletop area, like hanging out, half of us are playing games and half of us are just kind of sitting there dicking around? I think everyone will play games because they know that at midnight when we get kicked out, we're all going to go somewhere and just dick around. So it'll raise the quality of the gaming by reducing the hours.
I think it will enable, because it's 4 days, I think it will enable bigger games, right, than otherwise, right? So it's like, yeah, okay, we can't game until 2 a.m., but we have this whole extra day here on Sunday. It's like,
Let's play Eclipse.
yeah, let's play like Eclipse, like, be like MagFest. Like, hey, let's play Eclipse. Let's play, fucking big ass games. Let's play some tabletop RPG that takes
Here's another
5
factor you can
hours.
think about. So before, all right, it's 11 o'clock. We can't start playing Eclipse because we'll get kicked out at 2. But if we're kicked out at midnight, I don't feel bad about starting a game of Eclipse at midnight somewhere else.
Exactly.
But I can't start a game of Eclipse at 2.
I think I'm going to dedicate this PAX Prime to more tabletop RPGing.
I think what I'm going to do is pick 2 of the days. I'm going to dedicate one day to nothing but tabletop RPGs, and I'm going to dedicate one day to nothing but hardcore board games.
Well, I figure, I got PAXs, so I'll switch it up PAX by PAX as opposed to...
I do want to run one-off torchbearers at PAX Prime.
We got to have some torchbearers by then.
I'm confident I can trick them into giving us ours early if they can't get it to us by PAX.
They'll probably be there.
I know they will. I'm
Anyway.
trying to get them to be at our PAX Dev panel.
Anyway, let's see. What else? I guess that's it.
That's it?
It'll be interesting to see the different PAX hours and how that affects the show and whatnot. I think it's mostly just for enforcers, right? It's like, the enforcers have to work the pony shift that many times. It's like, it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's fine. I someday I want to enforce Prime, but this will not be that time.
No, it will not.
Because I'm already, if we go to PAX Dev and the 4-day PAX, we're going to fly out on fucking Tuesday and fly back on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if we have no days in Seattle, just
Yeah, that's a lot of hotel and food monies.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's Dev and PAX, so we're going to be in the expensive hotel the whole time. We can't, shift to the cheaper hotel at any point.
Like we're going to do in Australia.
Like we're going to do in Australia. We're only going to be in the PAX hotel for PAX and, maybe...
And the PAX hotel in Australia is like 100-something a night.
I know, whatevs.
Yeah.
Whatevs. Things of the day. You got a thing of the day?
I feel like I used this as a thing of the day before, but that happens a lot, and often I'm wrong. So what the hell? I don't care. This is a video from 2011. Apparently, there's a bike race in Pittsburgh called the Dirty Dozen Race, which includes, it's a bike race, and it includes the 13 steepest hills in Pittsburgh. So it's the Dirty Dozen, right? So it's a baker's dozen, I guess, of hills. And it includes one hill, Canton Avenue, which is, quote, the steepest road on earth. It's really freaking steep. It's like almost 40 degrees incline, something ridiculous. And in this video, you see people trying to bike up that hill. Some people manage to make it. They just get their low gear and they stand up and they go, and they get up the hill. Because it's really not that long a hill. It's just really steep. But other people fall down hilariously. And it is like, oh my God, lols, look at that guy fall into the other guy. And there's a big collapse of everybody.
I can see falling down if you're going up and then the guy in front of you derps.
That happens once in this video.
I actually watched a pretty crazy derp accident that I think someone broke a bone on the Williamsburg Bridge the other day.
Was the bone sticking out of
No.
their body?
Basically, I'm biking and there's a wobbly girl in front of me.
She's got to turn that gear down.
So
Does she even have
her
gear?
gear was down. She just wobbly girl. It's like wobbly girl is a thing that I see every day somewhere on my bike commute.
Okay.
They're just kind of meandering around the road like wobble, 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 going super slow. And she was just wobbling, and this guy goes around her and gives her a wide berth to pass, and she just wobbles like strafe, like 3 feet to the left, right into him. and shoulder checks him, and they both go flying and flipping and rolling in a mess.
How fast are they going? Wobbly person's probably not going too fast. How fast was this dude going?
Well, the dude was coming. Well, so it's a little more complicated.
Was he going downhill?
The guy was going super fast.
Okay.
And coming up behind her, and the
Downhill
girl,
or uphill?
We were kind of like just over
Flat?
the crest of the hill.
Oh, okay.
And the girl was going wobbly, 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 not fast, but the other guy was so fast that he was like, but she was the one who got hurt.
Okay, good.
You could say, I guess good.
Wobbly, whoever's wobbly deserves it. When you're riding a bike, you should be going straight without veering, just like in a car. If a car is going like, you think the person driving it's drunk. Maybe she was drunk. But yeah, do not wobble on the bike. You should keep everything straight in a line.
If you're wobbling, you're
and
probably in
smooth.
too high a gear.
Probably, yeah. Or you don't have gears.
Even the city bikes have gears.
Yeah, someone told me it's an automatic transmission. I don't know about that. I had to investigate.
I have not used one yet, so I can't say.
There is some sort of weird mechanism, though, attached to the rear axle.
Well, that is to power the LED blinky lights that are always on when you're biking.
Oh.
And there might be other functions, too.
It might also be an odometer. I don't know.
I have not investigated city bikes closely
but
yet.
yeah, they're heavy as fuck, apparently.
Yeah, they're like, in
They're
Japan,
tanks.
the term is Mama Charlie for that just shit tier bike that is perfectly fine to kind of get around the city, but is not pleasant to ride.
Yeah.
So yeah, my thing of the day is pretty straightforward. There's a movie that I realize a lot of you probably haven't seen called Maximum Overdrive.
Now, Maximum Overdrive is a title that sounds like, something that is famous that but I really... You tell me the name Maximum Overdrive, and I'm like, that sounds like the name of something pretty significant. I cannot tell you what the fuck it is.
It is. So Maximum Overdrive is an 80s movie based on a Stephen King novel directed by Stephen King.
He knows about film?
Yeah, there's a bunch of Stephen King stuff.
Yeah, I know, but usually other people make the movies, right?
Yeah, well, he directed it. He wrote the screenplay. He based it on one of his books. I never actually read the book. The plot of Maximum Overdrive is that one day technology tries to kill all humans, but it was made in the 80s, so it's not like in the modern day it'd be like my smartphone empties my bank account and tries to shock me.
So it's not the Terminator.
No. So it's basically low-level mechanical stuff, so trucks and steamrollers.
But how could even like a truck freaking come to life? It makes
I guess
no
spirits
sense.
take them over or something. I don't know. But
yeah,
this movie...
It's not going to work, dude.
We recently did a panel at Anime Boston, a lecture, where we talked about how people recommend stuff and they're usually bad at it. And one of the points we made is that there is an art to recommending the bad movie. Because if a movie's bad, but it sucks to watch, it is not fun to say, hey, let's all get drunk and watch the bad movie. No one has a good time. Maximum Overdrive is one of the movies that's bad in the way that you can enjoy how bad it is while watching it. It also stars Emilio Estevez.
Okay. Your favorite guy?
Do you know who Emilio Estevez is?
The coach from the Mighty Ducks?
That is correct. Can you name any other thing he's ever done?
The coach in Mighty Ducks 2?
I don't know if he actually did that or not. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
All right.
Gordon Bombay. He played it in 2. I pulled up his filmography.
I cheated, yeah. The cheap answer.
So this movie has a moment where a steamroller comes out of nowhere and kills some kid. And the whole movie is like this. So this is my thing of the day, is really this entire movie. The scene is just typical of it. There's a scene where they're all like holed up in this truck stop or something, and the trucks start honking their horns. And someone in the cast knows Morse code. And he's like, oh my God, it's Morse code. They're saying someone has to pump the gas. Do not kill all of them. And the movie is just great in that really shit tier way. Shit tier has been my term lately for stuff. Meta Moment, Book Club Book is Player of Games, Ian M. Banks. I'm going to read it really soon. We'll do a show on it. Scott already read it.
Are
I
you
didn't read it
really?
yet.
I finished like weeks ago already.
I know. I've been busy with shit.
Me too, but I read it.
Yeah, but I've been more busy with more shit. Yeah, I've been editing video.
Me too.
I've been editing video of a higher caliber than you've been editing. What video? Oh yeah, Anime Boston. You did edit video.
Biking videos, Netrunner videos, and a panel for Anime Boston.
Are your biking videos anything other than you biking to work?
No.
Okay.
What else am I supposed to do?
We were at Anime Boston. We will post video as I have time. Our next convention is Connecticon, where we run the panels and workshops department. We're doing a bunch of our own stuff.
And the week after that is
PAX Australia,
Fuck
where we're
me.
doing Beyond Dungeons and Dragons.
oh shit.
But a new updated version of it. We're adding Torchbearer. And I'm going to let you all in on a secret. We're adding Dungeons and Dragons to it.
Oh no.
Because most people who think of D&D only know like 4th ed. Maybe
Fifth
3.5th ed.
5th ed.
Because that's not out yet.
Yeah, it is sort of. They were playing it. What do you think I was managing lines for as an enforcer at freaking PAX East? And people were waiting in fuck line to play like these 5th ed demos, or I guess D&D Next or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's a work in progress still, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, people were playing it.
It has.
They were lining the fuck up, and the line filled like instantly.
All I have to say about it is that it has mutually exclusive goals according to the things they've said about it. So I have zero faith in 5th edition.
Yeah, it's like if I said, all right, guys, we're going to set this new software project. Our goals is to make it cheap, fast, and awesome.
Yeah, it's like we want a data processing engine that has very low latency and very high throughput. You really only get to pick one of those unless you have money for hardware.
I want to have a lot of money, and I want the money to be really valuable money. I don't want it to be invaluable, inflated money. I want a lot of it.
I want to drink a whole bunch
I
of
want
beer.
so much of it.
I like drinking beer, but I don't want to have to pee.
I want to print this money. That's how much I want. I want so much
I want
that
to
I print
mine-
it, but I don't want the value to decrease as I print it.
I want to mine silver from the Americas in vast quantities and use it as my currency, yet not devalue my own currency.
Yes.
Spain, I'm looking at you. So we're talking about farts. But first, the meta moment.
We already did the meta moment.
Is there anything else to say in the meta moment?
Join
Join our forum,
you should-
like our videos.
Yeah, do all our internet stuff. Come see us on the internets in all the places. If there is a place on the internet that you frequent, we are there.
If you like our videos, actually like them and post them in your forums, because the more people watch our videos, the faster we will produce Geeknights Presents. And beyond all that, if you want Geeknights t-shirts to come back, indicate that to me in some way. I'm trying to figure out if it's worth my effort to set up a new store now that Google has completely discontinued checkout.
Yeah, we can set up a new store. We can reprint the old t-shirt if people still want it, and then maybe make a new one.
I got some good ideas for new shirt designs too.
Well,
and
we should get an artist to do that.
And I might see if Dave and Joel want to go in with us on something as well.
A crossover shirt. I mean,
I think
their shirt sells way better than ours. Freaking every Geek Nights listener I ever meet at a convention is wearing the Dave and Joel
I have a message
shirt.
for one Dave Riley and Joel White who never go to conventions. Ahem. Your fans, who often are also fans of us, but not always, seek us out at conventions to tell us how awesome you are because you are never there. If you come to the conventions, your fans will love you and say hi to you in person. If you want us to continue being your proxies for fan love, we might start making things up about you.
Every time someone comes up to me at a convention, right, to
Even
talk
if they're
to
a fan
me,
of us.
I have never once seen anyone wearing a Geek Nights shirt. They are always wearing the
PAX
Dave
East.
and Joel shirt.
PAX East, there's a guy wearing a Geek Night shirt.
Okay.
Which is, the reason it's rare is because
Weirdo.
we only sold a small number of them before I stopped bothering to run the store. I still have a box of them we could just sell, I just don't. But yeah, pretty much the Geek Nights official shirt is the Fast Karate Hanabi shirt at this point.
Yep.
So yeah, Dave and Joel, come to a con. Oh wait, they are. Dave's gonna be at Kineticon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's on. So farts.
I make them a lot.
I will say this. The role of a fart in human evolution in this day and age is very simple. It is,
To keep your guts from exploding.
without exception, the best possible way to punctuate any point you ever make in an argument. If you say something like, and that is why the Assyrians fell, and then you pause and then you immediately fart, there is literally no better way to win an argument.
Dropkin fart.
I don't know. I fart kind of loudly and often, and I actually do. Emily will be mad now that she knows that this is true and that it's not just a joke, and that she's always suspected that I do this. If I have a fart built up, I actually will try to hold it in until there's a funny moment where I can fart, especially during a silence. Like if I'm up on stage, if I'm like, can anyone name an anime that's worse than Desert Punk? And then I just fart like right after that. That is comedy gold right there.
Yeah, I usually just let the farts out as soon as the pressure's building. It's like, why should I hurt myself by inflating my stomach with painful gases?
See, that I agree with 100%. I dislike people who say, like, anyone who thinks you should go to the bathroom if you have to fart or, like, walk away and fart. It's like, no, you only walk away and fart if you're walking out of an elevator, in which case you want to fart before you walk away.
Yeah, I don't fart in an elevator. That's crossing a line there.
What do you do, though? So, Scott, if you have to fart and you're in an elevator, you actually wait? You hold it in?
As soon as the door's open, I step out and fart.
You don't fart, then step out?
No.
Why not?
Because there's a line, right?
So what's the line? Is the line human decency?
It's somewhat related to that. I mean, if you fart, right, it's going to do some damage, right, in terms of people are going to smell that shit and get your poop in their nose.
So I do have a theory I'm going to get back to, so remind me about the damage.
But, it's actually, most of my farts are non-smelly. They just make noise, and I don't really smell them, and other people don't really smell them either most of the time.
Well, one thing I've noticed about you is your farts contain a sort of hidden power.
Mm-hmm.
They're very sudden and forceful. Like, if I fart, sometimes it's like that, the kind of long fart, you'll just be like, bam!
Yep.
Like, it's like a subwoofer that just has one beat played.
I got some powerful ass.
Mine are often more the, like...
Yeah, that's called diarrhea. Go to the bathroom.
Nah.
Yeah.
What I can't pull off, maybe only fat people can do this, but there's that particular comedic fart where you have the normal fart and then the pause, and then there's that kind of like high-pitched squeal at the end. That like... I can't really do it.
Yeah, that's like that Austin Powers fat bastard nonsense.
I know. I wish I could make that fart happen.
I could do it with my mouth and my hands or my armpit or whatever. Like,
well, the only good fart I can do, the secret, kids who try to make the fart noise always try to go like or something. No, you got to get the lip up there and be like.
We always used to do the one where you put the heels of your palms like sort of against each other. And
up against your face?
Up against your face, and then you... Nah, it's not how it is.
I can't really do it anymore.
I can't do it anymore either.
As a little kid, I was obsessed.
It's all about making your cheeks flap against your hands.
With that vaudeville-style armpit one. But it actually doesn't make that good of a fart noise. And then your hand smells like armpit.
Yeah. It can be used to great effect, though, in certain situations. Usually musical uses.
Well, you only do the armpit fart if you need fine control over the fart, or you're doing a visual gag where you need it to be clear that you are making a fake fart noise.
That's what I'm saying. If you're playing music, right, you'd be like, the armpit fart's good because you don't need to get the breaths in there, right? So you can just like, you can just get something going on, like a funky beat going with the armpit, right? Without any breaks in it or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's for musical instrument purposes, the armpit, or the two-hand squeeze that usually used to squeeze water at people, but can also make fart noises if it's dry. Some people use that method. That's good for like.
So I have a theory in terms of farts. I believe that the damage of a fart is inversely proportional to the loudness of the fart. I've never really experienced the loud fart that was also damaging.
No, I think it simply has to do with how clean someone's ass is, right?
No, that's not where the smell comes from. Unless you were putting toilet paper inside your ass and wiping around in there, or like animating deep inside, that has no bearing on the smell of a fart. That has bearing on the smell of you smell like someone who doesn't wipe his ass. That smell doesn't go away.
It also has to do with what you eat, right? If the poop that's inside your guts is more liquidy right now, and the gas comes from past that and pushes, right? Versus maybe you got some really hard poops coming through, right? They're really dry. You didn't drink enough water.
But then the gas serves an important purpose. If you got the hard poop like up against the end, you can have the single shot clean delivery. But we're not talking about poop, so.
No. But I'm saying is that that's the relation between poop and farts, right?
But why the sound? How come whenever I fart and it's silent, it's the worst? But if I fart and it's loud, it doesn't smell like anything. That seems to be a common trend. Silent but deadly. In middle school, we knew this to be truth, but why?
I don't know.
I'm going to ask Google.
I can test that it's true
Why
to begin with.
Why are silent farts so smelly, so deadly, more deadly? Okay, Google.
See, I can test that this is actually true, but let's assume that it's true. Let us surmise why it could be, right? I think it might have to be a relation between the positions.
All right, someone has a really good theory already.
The positions of the gas and the poop in the intestinal tract.
Google Yahoo Answers question: why do tiny silent farts smell worse than big loud farts? This was asked 6 years ago by Roller Coaster of Love. The accepted answer was a long one that actually kind of makes sense. when you're really flatulent with huge ripping farts, the main gas is mostly carbon dioxide, since the big ones are some sugar fermenting in your intestines, etc. Carbon dioxide is odorless, etc., etc., etc. If you have a small fart, it's methane and other things from different and sulfides from different kinds of fermentation.
The sulfides are definitely where the odors come from. That's for sure.
Yep.
Methane doesn't smell like anything.
But I'm gonna admit something.
Does that mean we see a lot of people on YouTube making asses of themselves trying to set their farts on fire and actually setting their assholes on fire? If they used a big carbon dioxide fart, they would actually put the fart fire out and not start it.
Exactly. So I think you need a large quantity of the smelly fart to make that happen. Also, guys, never try to light your fart. You're going to set something on fire, probably your junk.
Do light a cow's fart on fire, because I want to see that shit on YouTube.
I kind of don't.
Why not?
Why not just make a flamethrower with hairspray?
Also awesome.
Yeah, we did that at band camp.
But I've seen that before.
And then my hairspray got taken away.
But how funny would it be to stand next to a cow with like a lighter and then boom, you light your hick friend on fire.
Or you light yourself on fire because you're the one right next to it.
Or use that to light bottle rockets, which then fire off. That is like the combo there.
Are the bottle rockets themselves positioned in someone's butt?
Holy shit.
You remember that video.
So there's a guy who's got a bottle rocket coming out of his butt, and he's butt to butt with the cow. So he's butt rape fucking the cow, butts together.
Well,
right?
butts together
touching.
is not necessarily rape
The
or
butts,
fucking. It's just butts.
His butt and the cow's butt are pretty close. You pull the match near the cow's butt, it farts, it sets the bottle rocket on fire. The bottle rocket shoots into the air and explodes.
That's like the best or the worst Rube Goldberg machine ever. So you remember that video? This is from the old blumpy.org, like the videos you'd keep around before YouTube of the guy who tries to launch a bottle rocket out of his butt, which apparently seems to be a common tradition among...
Bad fucking idea again.
Yeah, you realize, guys, when you do that, you're going to clench up as soon as they light it because you're getting sparks.
Splintery wooden stick that consists of the shaft of the bottle rocket will leave its splinters all along your rectum.
But more importantly, you clench up because the sparks are hitting your butt and it hurts a little bit. As a result, the bottle rocket does not leave. It just flamethrowers your butt for 3 seconds and then explodes.
Splinters your rectum from the rod of the bottle rocket.
Having seen many videos, no one ever successfully does this.
I don't want any wooden splinters in my rectum.
I'm more worried about the stream of fire followed by the explosion.
All right, you have two choices. Choice number one, I will take a fire and blow it on your butt for a little bit, like choo-choo, right? Choice number two.
It's not a fire. It's a rocket propellant directed directly at your taint.
Fine, I blast...
Or your genitals.
Choice number one, I blast some sparks at your taint for like a few seconds. Choice number two, I take a splintery piece of wood, shove it in your ass, and pull it out.
It's so thin, it's not that bad, I don't think.
Splintery piece of wood.
Because it's so thin, you wouldn't even notice.
Urethra.
The problem... Thanks for that. But I'm going to admit something. I actually enjoy the moments where I have to fart and I can't hold it in. Like, there's no way I could hold it in.
And you let it out and you go, ah.
But I'm on the subway.
Mm.
And it's an express train. And once I fart, because it's always silent, no one ever suspects that I'm the one who farted. I'm always like the businessman. I'm skinny. I'm wearing like a fashionable jeans and a blazer or something. I always see this. I fart. Everyone in the subway cars are like going... And they have to look, and they look around to guess who. And I will always see everyone else in the subway car basically stare at the fattest person on the car.
I never see anyone in the subway even care if anyone farts. This is interesting.
Well, it's only if. So it doesn't happen that often. It's if I fart on the subway, and it's a dangerous one.
Then everyone just moves to the next car.
No one moves for a fart. You move for the hobo, because the hobo doesn't disperse.
He's a walking fart.
If you fart, the fart goes away. But if you're hobo... The hobo does not disperse. It doesn't diffuse into the car and go away until the cops come. But I enjoy that moment, and it's a bad thing to enjoy, where everyone smells the fart, they're angry about the fart, and they all assume the fat guy did it, and no one ever suspects that it was me who farted.
You know what bothers me a lot is these people who like act like they never fart. Like my mom. My mom will be like, she like deny that she farts. But one time we were in the kitchen in grandma's house in Florida and it was just me and my mom and there was a fart noise And it wasn't me.
There's
There's only one other
Scott,
person in that room.
There's a Bill Cosby bit that's basically exactly that. The mom's like, I never fart. And she tries to like fart while she's laughing. And they call her on it. And she hits them all because that's how Bill Cosby humor works.
But yeah, stop denying farting. You gotta like embrace that farting. Right?
Well, farting's important. If you don't fart, that sucks. Just fart. Just go for it. Just fart.
I had a wise bus driver in my public school days. You know what the wise bus driver said?
Everybody farts.
Everybody shits the same. It all smell the same.
People with Crohn's disease don't shit the same.
Everybody shits, and it all smells like shit. That's the point. Crohn's people still shit, do they not?
So Scott, I'm going to ask you
And
a
does it
question.
not
I'm
smell
going to
like
ask you a personal question that I will also answer truthfully. If you ever farted and it actually kind of smelled good.
No.
Never?
No.
You've never experienced that.
It either smells like nothing or it smells like poop, which doesn't smell good. I
All
mean,
right,
there are
I'm
things that
about-
smell. I will tell you,
Why
there are
do
things.
my-
There are things that smell worse than
Okay,
poop.
okay. So I typed why do mine, and I was about to type farts smell good, and Google recommended feet smell, nipples hurt, nipples itch.
Okay, but the point is I'm making here is that there are things like I would rather smell a fart than like
Okay, why
a
do my
secondhand
farts
smoke.
smell so bad, smell so good, burn?
Well, burning is bad. That's a doctor situation right there.
Okay, it seems like it's equal quantities. My farts smell bad, my farts smell good.
Did you eat flowers? That would help your farts smell good. Did you shove flowers in your ass? That would probably work as well. Did you?
Okay.
Is there soap remnants in your butt crack? That would probably make it smell like
So
soap.
I have learned the answer, and the answer is Yahoo Answers is a treasure trove of some of the saddest
How
people in
is
the
Babby
world.
formed? How is fart smell good?
Way in stain, mother.
Wayne in stain rectum. Fart blastin'. I don't know. What is the answer?
It was long, and I stopped reading it.
Oh, okay.
I'm back to why do tiny silent farts smell worse than big loud farts?
Did you ever get an answer on that?
Yeah, there was the carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide thing. Seems to be the common answer.
Do you ever do you think, right, people always say beans, the musical fruit, more you eat, the
I
more
have
you
never
toot.
farted more or less after eating any particular food in my entire life.
I have not tracked it, right, mathematically
I've never been able to
speaking.
say the food I ate led to farting unless it was McDonald's breakfast.
But I think what really contributes to my personal farting, right, is a problem I have of eating too fast and not chewing enough. Right? Because when you eat fast and don't chew enough,
You do basically just shovel food into your mouth and swallow it immediately. I've watched you eat.
you have big chunks of food with air in between. You end up swallowing air. So I think that
No,
could...
you don't end up swallowing air if you're a normal human being. You end up swallowing air. The direct, literal you, not the royal you.
That's what I'm saying. So you
eating
eat,
is like, oh no. You're just like swallowing gallons of air next to your food.
so the air just goes into your esophagus and the big chunks of food sort of trap it in there.
But usually that doesn't cause farting. It causes
Your
gas.
esophagus pushes it down, right? Yeah, it causes burping if the air actually makes it back up the esophagus
How
past
fast
the food.
are you eating to force that air into your intestine before you burp it out? Jesus Christ.
And that is a contributor to non-smelly farts because it's just air coming out and not, say, nasty sulfates or methane or who knows what.
all right, does
And it's
swallowing
bad
air,
for my stomach,
All
I gotta-
all right. Does swallowing air make you fart? All right, there's an Ask Men article about this.
Okay.
If you swallow a burp, does it turn into a fart? There's Yahoo Answers coming to the table.
There's not one answer from a gastroenterologist.
All right, resolved question. The answer is a joke about farting with bad All right, this guy just said no, but his name is Jalapeno Baby Canada.
Okay, fine. How about these fart jokes? Why are fart jokes funny for children
All right.
and still funny for adults?
Because everyone does fart. So no matter how stoic and noble and Mitt Romney and just perfect history you are, if you're standing there and someone farts, you think back to all the times you farted.
But why is that funny?
I don't know, the same reason poop is funny. There's a certain... Monkeys seem to find these things enjoyable too.
Why have we evolved? Why have the monkeys that thought poop was funny and were not afraid to fling poo better at surviving and evolving than the monkeys who are perhaps afraid of poo or
Because
did not
we
like
evolved
poo?
brains whose sole purpose is to make complex jokes about farting.
How did the humor of poo add to survival?
Swallow more air than usual. Sometimes
Why don't you go
okay.
get a Yahoo answer for that?
So supposedly swallowing air can cause flatulence.
Mm.
All right, these answers are way too complicated.
At least that means maybe they're true or not.
Or not.
Do you have anything else to say about farting?
One last thing. Because I have an air-on chair, farting in my chair is no longer an issue because the farts just go through it instead of lingering forever.
I don't think
In the
farts don't linger in my chair.
If you fart in a chair that is fabric, the smell lingers in the chair for a while.
You
Not
smell
forever.
my chair doesn't smell like poop.
How often do you fart into it?
I don't know. I fart whenever I fart.
Plus, when you fart into a
My
chair,
couch doesn't smell like farts.
don't you usually raise the cheek a little bit to get a sort of freer delivery?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Like when you fart in bed, do you like lift the sheet and kind of go flap, flap, parachute to get it out of there?
You know what I do?
Do?
The worst is if you're in the shower because the curtain and the humidity will keep the fart.
Oh my
so what I
God.
do is I have to fart in the shower, which actually happens rather often.
I will stick my butt out of the shower and fart into the room.
I will crack the edge of the curtain and stick my butt out and fart into the main bathroom.
I do the same
area.
thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay.
Though
There's
I
a
do,
lot
I
of
do
weird
like
there's
the
a lot of-
resonance of the fart in the room.
Yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of things like that where it's like you do them and it's like you think it's a weird thing, but really everyone does it. Like
And that's why the humor's funny. Like, you know what?
Like one time,
Scott,
I asked a group of people, I was like, yeah, am I the only one who shampoos my, pubes? And they're like,
Scott,
no, fucking everyone shampoos
I
their
shampoo
pubes.
them, I condition them, and I comb them.
Yeah, it's like fucking everyone does that. It's like, oh, I'm not alone.
Yeah? Scott, everyone has to wash the inside of their ass when they're showering.
Yeah,
Hand
but I
goes in
think-
there with soap.
I thought other people just soaped it and I was the only one shampooing it.
Scott, I used to condition and shampoo my mustache.
Okay, it's a little weird.
You never had a mustache.
I have one right now.
That is barely a mustache. I get one like I had at RIT. And
That's
you're
not comfortable.
And you're gonna, yeah, that's because you didn't condition it.
It's also hot out right now, so I'm going to probably reduce a lot. I'm thinking about, maybe I'll do another reset just because my face.
I actually tried a new facial hair that I posted a picture of that looked pretty okay on me, but it made me look silly and possibly communist.
The problem is, feel like there've been enough men in the history of the world. They've already tried every possible facial hair.
That's why you have names for
and
them,
pretty
like
much,
the Van Dyke.
Pretty much anything I can possibly try is either going to be, normal, hipstery, evil, doofy, or like, make me look like some, low
Scott,
class
so you know what you should
individual.
do every time you get a beard going on, because I get beards going on kind of often just because I don't shave for whatever reason. Once it's long enough and I got to get rid of it, I will shave it down into like 5 different possible facial hair styles as I shave down, and I'm slowly building a lexicon of facial hair configurations that, if I wanted to have them, would look okay on me.
Yeah, there's not too many that are gonna.
I tried one that looked pretty good because it highlights my eyebrows if I want to do good funny faces like in YouTube videos or while I'm describing anecdotes.
All right, we've moved from farts to beards, so I think it's time
Think it's time?
to go biking.
This has been Geek Nights with Rim and Scott. Special thanks to DJ Pretzel for the opening music, Kat Lee for web design, and Brando K for the logos.
Be sure to visit our website at frontrowcrew.com for show notes, discussion, news, and more.
Remember, Geek Nights is not 1, but 4 different shows. Sci-Tech Mondays, Gaming Tuesdays, Anime Comic Wednesdays, and Indiscriminate Thursdays.
Geeknights is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. Geeknights is recorded live with no studio and no audience. But unlike those other late shows, it's actually recorded at night.